What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Real Vibes. We back with another video, man. It's the Uppercut Pod. You know what it is. What's up, Scoop? How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Can't complain. Had a good day so far. How about yourself,
Yeah,
my guy?
man. I'm having a great day. It's finally starting to get hot in Philly. Everybody outside now. Everybody's
Mm.
doing they want to.
Thanks,
Everybody
though,
doing
right?
they want to. I'm tired. I was tired of the winter, bro. I'm tired of it getting freaking
Wow.
at 6, 7 o'clock. It's dark outside. Like I like it's still
Yeah.
light outside right now. When you
It
pull
just
in
be
the
a
yard.
little. It's been a little too hot though lately. Like, bro, he drunk.
You don't like the 100
You
degrees.
seen the episode of a SpongeBob when he was with Patrick and bro,
Oh, he was. Yeah, I know
yeah,
exactly what
bro.
episode
I
he
feel
talking
like
about.
that out this joint, bro. It's big and but
Yo,
they can't let this get in the way of the pie, man. We had to shoot today.
you already. We just gonna give y'all some quick today. Well, we was discussing off camera real quick, and we thought we'd bring the conversation to y'all, man. That's exactly what we like to do on this channel. So make sure y'all subscribe, like this video if y'all enjoy it, and just share to other people. Our links are in the description as well. So, with that being said, let's just hop into it. So, big discussion right now. Obviously, the Jake Paul fight. He's about to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And what is another, pretty big matchup for Jake Paul. But the question is, how do we really get here? You feel me? How do we really feel about Jake Paul somehow landing a fight with a true professional boxer? It started off against influencers, so just to give a quick storyline and how we got here, obviously it started in 2018. Influencers started to come together and, build fights, YouTube beefs. You know how that get. You know how streamers and YouTubers used to get, videos back and forth, back and forth. They
Facts.
said, no
Hmm.
mas, no more of that. What's still with the hands? You feel me? KSI was one of the biggest contributors with that when he originally fought Joe Weller in 2018. That was a pretty big fight. He ends up winning that fight, and he gets the next fight against Logan Paul. I feel like that was the true beginning of where we are now. You know, if y'all don't know, KSI won a controversial decision against Logan Paul. I don't know if you caught that fight. I thought Logan Paul won the fight, but it just set the standard for
It's
both of
high.
them.
He's so like he all over the place when he fight,
Yeah,
bro. Well, in the beginning, he a little bit better now, but he just be just like chill, like
nah, for sure.
definitely
So
see the difference for sure.
So yeah, once they met up, I feel like that opened the door for not only them, but just a whole bunch of other celebrities fighting. Like obviously Logan Paul will go on to fight Floyd Mayweather. Like I know, how do you feel about that? Because that was a pretty big fight. That was a pretty big fight. How do you
Yeah,
feel about that one in specific?
I think I don't think it was like a real fight in my opinion. Like I feel like first off, Logan Paul was way bigger than Floyd. I think Floyd was just in there having fun, bro. We talk about the greatest boxer of all time. We talking about one of the greatest boxers of all time, and there with a YouTuber now.
So you think he was
I
just
think
there
he
for the
just went there for a
payday?
good time. He Floyd do a bunch of exhibitions, so I feel like he was just out there. And if you notice, he just was just balling up a lot of the time,
Yeah,
and
he
letting him get
didn't do too
tired.
much.
And yeah,
But with those type of fights, like I could see why that some of our boxing enthusiasts, would get mad at Floyd, fighting exhibition fights or fighting against YouTubers, only fighting for the check. Like, do you think what Jake Paul and Logan Paul and KSI started was bad for the sport, or do you think it was great? Because real quick, before you even mention that, we got to talk about when Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson. You feel me? And that kind of changed everything. That's really the fight that changed everything, bro. He flattened him, bro. He flattened my boy.
bro, Nate is not a fighter, bro.
Bro.
Bro, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. I ain't gonna lie. First off, Nate Robinson, what was this guy doing in a boxing ring, bro? Bro, I was a Nate Robinson fan too, bro. So like, see him get cooked, I was like, yo, I'm like, bro, this is real. These YouTubers is really out this joint fighting now.
Bro.
Like, these guys are fighters. But to answer your first question, I think it is good for the sport. Anything that's putting a light on boxing because boxing has been dying out a little bit it's starting to pick back up, due to Turkey Alley Sheik. But before Turkey Alley Sheik, it kind of was like on a like, little kind of a decline. compared to the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. You know, those were the great years of boxing. So any odds on the sport to me is good for the sport, in all honesty. And as long as you respecting the sport and putting the work in and doing what true fighters do, I believe it's good for the sport, and you are a fighter. So
So do you think, okay, one criticism or like one critique is that fights are kind of now more of a spectacle than it is a sport.
yeah,
Do you think that holds value, or you think that statement holds validity? Like, are we just trying to see the biggest names, whether it even boxers or not? Like, do we just want to see Logan Paul versus the most famous basketball player? Like, is that what you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, is that what we want to see, or do we want to see the best of the best? Like, just give me some on that.
Well, as a boxing fan, I want to see the best versus the best. That is what I would like to see. But I'm not opposed to watching Logan Paul fight when Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson. Now I don't think it should have been a real actual fight that they did it as, but I'm not knocking it. You know, I feel like as long as you in the gym every single day and you're living like a boxer, right? You are a boxer. It's plenty of boxers, right, that have big statuses. For instance, let's go Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is more known on social media, but he's been in the gym all his life. He is a boxer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not opposed to seeing the big names fight each other or whatever you may be, but as a boxing fan, I would definitely like to see the best. But I'm not mad at it. Like I said, if you're in the gym and you training hard and this person's training hard, I'm all for it, bro. And people
You
getting
all
paid
for
for
it?
it. Yeah, the people getting paid. You know, they get to take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's probably not going to be on the same level as a Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, but you know, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So you know,
It is.
I'm all for it.
It is entertainment. I just had like one more question for you. So, okay, could this or I kind of want to know like what's the long term impact gonna be? Obviously, we said this started in 2018, right? We're in
Mhm.
2025. We've seen, celebrity fighters. We've seen football fighters, basketball, freaking baseball YouTubers, basically you name it, like actors. We've seen literally everyone in the ring now. As we clearly know, boxing isn't for everyone. You know what I'm saying? But we continue to see these fights.
For sure.
Do you think like the hybrid fights or like these Jake Pauls versus boxers and like do you think that we're gonna continue to see more and more of them? Will they die down over the past after like this era? Or do you think this is something that will always stay? Because you have to think about
Yeah.
it. We have seen, crazy stuff in the ring before. Like we've seen who was it? George Foreman fight 5 men in one night, or who was
Yeah.
that? We've
We
seen
had
spectacles like that.
yeah, we had Muhammad Ali fight a UFC guy.
Yep.
Like it's definitely been a
We
lot.
we've seen Jelly Bean. You feel me? We've seen we've seen all the gimmicks in boxing, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and criticize this too much. This is all like you said for the fans. And the more people that's watching boxing, I feel like is always gonna be the better. Don't get me wrong,
Sure.
I want to see more people learn about the true boxing and the sweet science and the best boxers in the world, but is elevating the fight game. You can't deny that. That's one thing you can't deny.
I think this is what I think all this YouTube nonsense, if that's what y'all want to call it, will come to an end. Jay Paul gets knocked out, it's over. It's done. They're gonna wrap it up, I promise you. He's the leader of this stuff, Jake Paul.
Mm,
He's the biggest. Like he has a promotional company. He's getting
yep.
deals with Netflix. He's putting actual like good fighters. He had what's her name, Amanda Serrano versus
Yeah.
Katie Taylor on the card. Like if we get Jake Paul knocked out on national television in front of a bunch of people, I think the YouTube little content fighting stuff will definitely come to. Just put him in the ring with Canelo. Let's just do that. Canelo versus
Yeah,
Jake Paul.
he
And let's
has
just
been
wrap
calling
this
out
up.
Canelo too. He has been calling out Canelo, but
Bro, he
you
don't
know,
want to fight no Canelo,
he don't
bro.
want to fight
Stop
Canelo.
it. He don't
But
want
that
to.
was a good point of bringing up the Amanda Serrano. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? That put that fight on the map. You know, everyone was watching that Mike
Gave them
Tyson Netflix
attention. Yeah.
event. Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, that was an amazing fight. Obviously, one of the best fights we've probably ever seen. Again, with two of the greatest women of all time. I would say that's number 2 and 3 greatest women fighters of all time. You know, after Clarissa Shields,
For
you know,
sure.
those are the two names I would definitely use.
And I believe it was 63 million people that was watching on Netflix that day. So definitely giving them the like they deserve and
Do you
needed.
think Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is rigged or staged?
I just think Mike Tyson was old.
You just think
Because
yo,
it seemed like Jake was kind of holding back. Like if you watch boxing, you know, like it seemed like he
Jake was
kind of
holding
had
back.
some like he had some like remorse and feelings like damn, like fighting Mike Tyson right now at AT&T Stadium and I could
But
really
some people are saying Mike Tyson was held back. Like, you know, they didn't let Mike Tyson actually throw. But then again, I'm like, bro, Mike Tyson's
you
60
seen him in the
years old.
corner? He was in the corner somehow. And it was only two
Yeah,
rounds. It was only 2 minute
yeah.
rounds. I'm like, I think Mike just old now, bro. It's just, you know, time is the one thing fighters cannot beat. You know,
Right.
we have special fighters, excuse me, like Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman that are able to beat these kind of odds, but not everyone is built like that though. So, you know, I don't think it was rigged. I just think you got a 20-some-year-old man fighting
A
a
60-year-old man.
young
Wasn't he
guy.
he was coming off heart problems too. You feel
Yeah.
me? That was a crazy situation. But last thing before we get out of here, man, this is just gonna be a short video. Obviously, let's talk about the main card. Julio Cesar Chavez, man, does he get the knockout on Jake Paul? Does he save the boxing, or does the celebrities continue to make their mark? What do you think about that? What do you got?
I think Jake wins. Jake is a good fighter, bro. Jake got some little crack in him. Like, I feel like old Jake, no, but Jake has been in the gym ever since 2018 consistently. If you've noticed, like he's actually
Yeah,
been putting in work, and
he's taking a lot of fights.
he actually opened up a gym in Puerto Rico that he trains at. So I think Jake's gonna win. You know, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's not really been active, so I definitely would kind of have to lean toward Jake. But like I said, it's always a 1 point game. So you know, I think wasn't Junior a world champ?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he was competing there for a few fights.
so he's kind of like the best opponent, kind of so far that Jake has fought. So we don't know until we see it. But if I was at the lean towards someone, I would go Jake due to activity. I don't see Jake knocking him out. He's a
This is
Mexican.
the
So.
most accomplished boxer he's faced, but you could argue his fight against Tommy Fury just because
Yeah,
Tommy
Tommy Fury
Fury.
is in his age, and yeah.
That's the only thing. But so I guess we'll just see how Julio really looks. I definitely think, you know, with the layoff and, you know, Jake Paul just being hot right now, um, I would favor Jake Paul. Yeah, I totally agree. And I don't think it's crazy to say that, especially in
He's kind of
2025. You
good,
know,
bro. He's kind of good. Like he's like a C minus fighter to me. He's a C level,
mm,
C minus. He just got out of that D level pause. Like he's a C level. He's a C level fighter. He's good.
level fighter.
He
Okay.
beating up MMA guys, you know. So you beat Tyron. You beat Tyron Woodley.
Yep.
You had a little bit of a competitive fight with Tommy Fury. Like
Yep.
you're okay fighter. You're okay. You're not
It's okay.
trash. You were trash, but you developed a little bit more, which happens to everyone. You get a little bit better as time goes on. So it's a C level fighter to me. So I wouldn't be mad
No.
at seeing him win for sure.
100%, man.
Free
All right,
locks,
that
by the way. Again, free locks.
yeah, we
Jake
going
Paul,
Jake Paul. We going
money
Jake
line,
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yes, sir, man. But that wraps it up for today's video, man. We just wanted to give y'all some short form content. Let us know what else y'all want us to talk about, man. Current events, past events, funny stuff, scary moments, like whatever y'all want to see, we're covering it on this channel, the Uppercut Pod. Keep showing us love, man. We appreciate all the love, man. Y'all making us continue to do what we do. we're trying to strive for greatness and continue to bring y'all all the content in the world, man. So continue to fuck with us, man. I'm Real Vibe. Scoop, you got anything?
Yeah, let us know what y'all think about what we just talked about. Do y'all think YouTubers are good for the sport? Let us know in the chat down below. Comment how you feel about the topic we just talked about. Also, again, follow all our social media platforms in the description and stay tuned for the next video, y'all.
Yes, sir. We out.